Have you ever wondered why some people seem to experience life with such clarity, while others appear to be trapped in cycles of confusion and struggle? What is the difference between the awakened and the unaware? It's not a matter of luck or circumstances, but of consciousness. Awakening is not something that just happens overnight. It's a journey that requires deep understanding and the realization that we are not merely our thoughts, emotions, or physical bodies. To truly awaken, we need to understand the different levels of consciousness that shape our perception of reality. In this video, we will explore the 6 levels of consciousness that will guide you on your path to true self-awareness and enlightenment. The basics of consciousness. What is consciousness? Before diving into the 6 levels of consciousness, let's first understand what consciousness is. Consciousness is the state of being aware of and able to think about one's own existence, thoughts, and surroundings. It encompasses everything that we experience, from our deepest emotions to the most mundane thoughts. It's like the lens through which we see the world. But not everyone perceives the world the same way, and this is where the 6 levels come into play. Each level of consciousness brings us closer to or further from our true nature. Level 1. The basic awareness, survival mode, living in survival mode. At the first level of consciousness, individuals are primarily driven by the basic survival instincts. This level is dominated by fear, desire, and the need for physical security. People at this level are often consumed by their basic needs: food, shelter, and safety. They may feel overwhelmed by external circumstances and struggle with feelings of powerlessness. At this stage, you may find yourself constantly reacting to life's challenges, focusing only on immediate gratification and having difficulty seeing beyond your immediate survival needs. This level is characterized by reactive thinking, where the individual is often unaware of their thoughts and emotions, simply reacting to the circumstances around them. Level 2. The emotional mind, emotional awareness, understanding your emotions. The second level of consciousness marks the awakening of emotional awareness. At this stage, individuals become more conscious of their feelings and emotions. However, these emotions are often influenced by external factors and can control their behavior. While there is more self-awareness compared to level 1, the person is still emotionally reactive. People at this level may find themselves caught in cycles of anger, guilt, sadness, or even unresolved trauma. They can begin to identify their emotions, but they still allow them to dictate their actions. The key to moving beyond this level is to begin understanding where these emotions come from and how they shape your actions, rather than letting them control your life. Level 3. The rational mind, mental awareness, critical thinking, and the analytical mind. At the third level of consciousness, individuals begin to develop mental awareness. This level is often associated with the development of logical reasoning and critical thinking. At this stage, people begin to analyze their thoughts, break down their emotions, and attempt to understand the world through a more intellectual lens. This is where self-inquiry and introspection start to play an important role. While this level represents a significant shift from emotional reaction to rational thought, it can also trap individuals in the intellectual mind, where they become overly analytical, detached from their emotions, and disconnected from their deeper intuitive nature. People at this level can be so absorbed in thought patterns that they miss out on living in the present moment or experiencing deeper states of being. Level 4. The egoic mind, ego awareness, the rise of the ego. As we move into the 4th level of consciousness, the individual becomes more aware of their sense of self. This is the level of the ego, the identity we create based on our thoughts, experiences, and societal roles. At this stage, people begin to see themselves as separate from others, and they become attached to labels such as, "I am a doctor," "I am a mother," or "I am successful." While the ego helps us navigate the world, it can also be a source of suffering. It can make us feel superior or inferior, competitive or defensive, and disconnected from our true essence. Understanding this level is crucial for moving towards higher consciousness. The ego may lead to pride, insecurity, and a constant need for validation. Recognizing and transcending the ego is a key step in the awakening process. Level 5. The soul awareness, spiritual awareness, connecting with your true self. Level 5 marks a significant shift from the egoic mind to a higher spiritual awareness. At this stage, individuals begin to feel a deep sense of connection with their soul and the greater universe. This level represents a more transcendent way of experiencing reality, where the individual sees beyond the physical world and starts to tap into their inner wisdom. At this level, there is a growing sense of purpose, and individuals may begin to experience a deeper spiritual awakening. They are no longer limited by their ego or the constraints of the material world. Instead, they experience life through the lens of the soul, feeling connected to all living things, and understanding that there is more to life than the physical reality we perceive. This level also fosters compassion, empathy, and a sense of unity with all. Level 6. The Divine Awareness, Universal Consciousness, Unity with the Divine. The highest level of consciousness is divine awareness or universal consciousness. At this level, individuals experience a oneness with the universe, transcending the limitations of the ego, emotions, and intellect. They realize that everything is interconnected, and they are part of a greater divine plan. This level is characterized by an overwhelming sense of peace, clarity, and pure love. Individuals at this stage experience life without attachment. Knowing that everything is transient, they operate from a place of unconditional love and compassion and understand the deeper mysteries of existence. This is the level where the soul is fully aligned with the divine, experiencing life in its most profound form. At this level, there is no sense of separation, no fear, and no struggle. The individual has transcended the duality of existence and lives from a place of unity with the universe and all beings. This is the ultimate state of awakening, the realization that you are not just a person, but a divine consciousness experiencing the world. How to move through the 6 levels of consciousness, the path to awakening. So, how can you move through these levels of consciousness? It starts with awareness. The first step to transcending any of these levels is acknowledging where you are and being open to growth. The journey to higher consciousness is not linear. It's a spiral that involves learning, unlearning, and embracing new perspectives. Here are some ways to move through the levels of consciousness. 1. Self-awareness. Start by being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Reflect on what drives you at each level. 2. Mindfulness practices. Meditation, yoga, and breathing exercises can help you become more present and aware of your consciousness. 3. Letting go of the ego. Practice humility and detach from the labels and identities that no longer serve your higher purpose. 4. Spiritual practices. Engage in practices that connect you with your soul, whether that's through prayer, meditation, or spending time in nature. 5. Embrace love and compassion. Recognize the interconnectedness of all beings and act from a place of unconditional love. Embrace your journey. Awakening is a process, and it requires patience, persistence, and deep inner work. The 6 levels of consciousness are not fixed. They are fluid and can change as you grow. By understanding these levels, you can start to align your life with your higher purpose and experience the peace and fulfillment that comes with true awakening. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on spirituality, personal growth, and self-awareness. Remember, your journey toward awakening is unique, but it starts with the awareness that you are not your thoughts, emotions, or experiences. You are divine consciousness in action.